Welcome back to Champion News Talk Radio, brought to you by championnews.net. Mr. Tucker, what are some solutions for healthcare, please?
Very simple. Number one, we must have tort reform. And we are not having lawsuit reform because Democrats have not supported it. Trial lawyers make perfect Democrats. This is why there is no tort reform in the Obamacare legislation.
Nobody's mentioning it.
No one's mentioning it.
Incidentally, let me get you into something that's hugely ridiculous that is in the thing that people don't know about. Totally off the track. But there's a provision in this Obamacare thing for him to have his own private police force with all of the powers of the National Guard, plus the ability to arrest people. In short, Obama has got it set up in there to have his own brown shirts. I hesitate to mention what we know about brown shirts in certain countries that took away a lot of rights of people. What in Tunket does Obama need with his own private army?
Strong arm of...
And even if you want to say that's hyperbole, what is he doing forcing the Catholic Church to cover abortion? He's doing it right now.
Yes.
Right there. Now look at why would we have insurance to provide for the costs of recreational sex? I mean, the apparatus for somebody to avoid conception is a trivial expense that every high school boy can afford without insurance. So why has the government stuck their snoot into that part of it? It just shows how ridiculous the whole concept of the government getting in.
Well, especially under Title X, all of that is already provided for free to the public. That's why we're spending the money we are.
Now solutions. Okay, so tort
we
reform.
have tort reform.
What else?
The second is we must, as Jack was bringing up, we must bring the federal government out of the health insurance industry. In 1979, there were 279 mandates nationwide on health insurance policies. Most of them were mandated benefits that were medically necessary, like if you sell health insurance in the state, you must provide coverage for cancer. That's reasonable. We agree with that from the health insurance industry side. Go forward now, post-Obamacare, there are now 2,100 mandates placed on health insurance policies in this country. When you mandate that infertility must be a covered expense, it raises the cost for health insurance premiums all over Illinois. When you mandate that hair plugs must be covered, when you mandate that health club
Well, I don't know
memberships
about the hair plug thing.
must be covered. When you add on all these mandates, it dramatically increases the cost of health insurance. That's number two. Number three, we must repeal the McCarran-Ferguson Act of 1946, which prevents health insurance companies, both property casualty and health insurance companies, from freely selling their products across state lines.
Okay.
Limits.
What was
Interstate
ever the
commerce.
sense of that?
You would have to ask the legislators who wrote that legislation. What was ever the sense of passing Obamacare at 2 in the morning on December 24, 2009 without one Republican vote? There is no rhyme or reason to the central planning statists who make this legislation.
I thought they passed it on New Year's Eve and with the excuse that it seemed like a good idea
They
at
were
the time.
inebriated.
They were inebriated.
Exactly.
You know what, Mr. Tucker, Steve, my good friend, thank you for joining us here
My
today
pleasure. Thank you for
on
having me.
Champion News. Jack, I'm sure we're going to be speaking to Steve again a lot.
I think so. Steve's a font of information.
And
it's a remarkable mastery of a complex thing that you've shown here, Steve.
we're going to see him
It
on
takes a
Fox
lot more
News
time
a lot, too.
to appreciate what you bring to it.
Well, you know what? We are celebrating the 4th year of the Tea Party,
Yes,
which
ma'am.
Obamacare actually helped to perpetrate.
Yes, ma'am.
And Abe, tell me what's going on April 16th before we close out real
April
quick.
16th, the Chicago Tea Party is holding our 4th annual rally,
Where?
Tax Day rally. It will be at Daily Plaza once again
Daily Plaza at noon.
at noon.
There you go.
Correct.
Be
Noon
sure to
2.
show up for it and be sure to come back and next Sunday for us here on Champion News Talk Radio, brought to you by championnews.net at 8 a.m. on AM 560 WIND. You check us out here next Sunday. It's going to be a great show, and we will catch you next week.